Hello to you, our distinguished viewers, and welcome to Insurance World TV, your premier insurance education channel. Here, we simplify insurance, pensions, investments, and personal finance so that you can make better financial decisions for yourself, your family, and your future. A few weeks ago, we discussed one of the biggest threats facing Airbnb hosts in Kenya, which is liability risk. We looked at how a single guest injury, property damage claim, or lawsuit could create significant financial exposure and why liability insurance is such an important safeguard. Today, we're taking the conversation a step further. Liability is only one piece of the risk puzzle. Airbnb hosts also face risks such as fire, theft, employee injuries, loss of income, cyberattacks, and property damage, events that can disrupt operations and lead to substantial financial losses. In this episode, we'll explore these risks and discuss the insurance covers that every serious Airbnb host should consider to protect their property, income, and long-term investment. Let me ask you a simple question. If one of your Airbnb guests slipped in the bathroom tonight and broke their leg, would your Airbnb business survive the financial consequences? What if a fire started in your kitchen? What if a guest stole expensive electronics? What if your caretaker disappeared with rental income? Or worse, what if a guest died while staying at your property and the family filed a legal claim against you? Most Airbnb hosts spend countless hours thinking about occupancy rates, guest reviews, pricing strategies, interior decor, and marketing. But very few spend enough time thinking about risk. Yet risk is the one thing capable of wiping out years of profits overnight. The truth is this. The moment you start accepting paying guests, your property stops being just a home. It becomes a business. And every business faces risks. Today, we're going to explore 12 insurance policies every serious Airbnb host in Kenya should understand and consider. By the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer picture of how insurance can help protect your property, your income, your reputation, and your future. So let's dive right into it and look at these insurance policies one by one. Policy number 1. Commercial General Liability Insurance. Imagine a guest arriving at your Airbnb after a long and exhausting journey. They check in, settle down, and head to the bathroom. Unbeknownst to them, the floor is wet. Within seconds, they slip and fall, suffering a serious leg fracture. What started as an ordinary stay quickly becomes a medical emergency. Hospital bills begin to accumulate. The guest claims that the accident occurred because the property was not properly maintained and alleges negligence on your part. Before long, you receive a demand for compensation covering medical expenses, lost income, pain and suffering, and legal costs. Suddenly, what appeared to be a profitable booking has transformed into a potentially costly legal dispute that could have significant financial consequences for your Airbnb business. This is where commercial general liability insurance becomes essential. This policy protects Airbnb operators against claims arising from bodily injury or property damage suffered by guests or third parties. In such a situation, A liability insurance policy can provide crucial financial protection. Subject to the terms, conditions, and limits of the policy, the insurer may cover medical expenses arising from injuries suffered by guests or other third parties, legal defense costs incurred in responding to claims or lawsuits, compensation awards or settlements that you may be legally obligated to pay, property damage claims involving third-party property that is damaged as a result of your business activities. Without adequate liability insurance, these costs would typically have to be paid from your own resources, potentially placing significant financial strain on your Airbnb business. For many Airbnb operators, this may be the most important insurance policy they ever purchase. Policy number 2. Commercial property insurance. Many hosts mistakenly assume their domestic home insurance automatically protects their Airbnb business. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Commercial property insurance policies, such as fire and special perils insurance, burglary insurance, all risks insurance, and other specialized property covers, help protect the physical assets that make your Airbnb attractive, functional, and valuable to guests. These policies can provide protection for assets such as the building itself, where applicable, furniture and furnishings, appliances and electronic equipment, fixtures and fittings, interior decor and improvements, or other insured property specified in the policy. Whether the loss arises from fire, theft, accidental damage, malicious acts, or other insured perils, commercial property insurance helps ensure that the financial burden of repairing or replacing damaged property does not fall entirely on the Airbnb host. These include buildings, furniture, appliances, electronics, fixtures and fittings, and interior decor, among others. Imagine returning to find extensive damage caused by fire, vandalism, or accidental destruction. Replacing everything out of pocket could cost millions of shillings. Property insurance helps you recover and get back into business faster. Policy number 3. Fire and special perils insurance. Fire deserves special attention because it remains one of the most devastating risks facing property owners. Fires can easily start from a faulty extension cable, a forgotten cooking appliance, a gas leak, or a power surge, and, within minutes, years of investment can be reduced to ashes. Fire and special perils insurance typically protects against fire, lightning, explosion, storm damage, flooding, riot and strike damage, and malicious acts. For Airbnb operators, this cover provides a critical financial safety net when disaster strikes. Policy number 4. Business interruption insurance. Now, let's consider something many hosts overlook: income. Suppose a major fire damages your apartment. Repairs take 6 months. Bookings stop immediately, yet expenses continue. You still have mortgage repayments, utility bills, security costs, service charges, and staff salaries. Business interruption insurance helps replace lost rental income and business income during the recovery period. In many cases, it is the difference between surviving a disaster and closing down completely. Policy number 5. Burglary and theft insurance. Airbnb properties often contain attractive, high-value items such as smart TVs, microwaves, furniture, laptops, kitchen appliances, etc. Unfortunately, theft can occur. Sometimes the culprit is an outsider. Sometimes it may be a guest. Sometimes it may even involve someone trusted with access. Burglary and theft insurance helps compensate for losses resulting from theft and break-ins, helping you recover financially after an incident. Policy number 6. Money insurance. Although most bookings are now digital, cash transactions still occur. Imagine your caretaker collecting rental income and heading to the bank. Along the way, they are robbed, and just like that, the money is gone. Money insurance protects cash while in the premises, contained in safes, or while in transit to or from the bank. Money insurance also extends to cover cash stolen while in the hands of authorized officials while in their homes and/or in transit from home to work. For operators handling cash, this cover can provide valuable protection. Policy number 7. Work Injury Benefits Act and Employers' Liability Insurance. Do you employ cleaners, security guards, caretakers, gardeners, or even maintenance personnel? If so, you have employer responsibilities. Imagine a cleaner falls while cleaning upper windows, or an electrician suffers injury while repairing faulty wiring. Under Kenyan law, employers may be liable for workplace injuries. Work Injury Benefits Act insurance and employers' liability insurance help meet these obligations and protect the business from substantial compensation claims. Policy number 8. Fidelity Guarantee Insurance. Trust is essential in any business. But trust by itself is not a risk management strategy. Many Airbnb operators rely on employees and support staff to help run their properties. They may be entrusted with keys, booking systems, cash collections, guest information, and unrestricted access to the premises. For the vast majority of employees, that trust is well placed. However, instances of employee dishonesty do occur. Imagine discovering that a staff member has been stealing cash payments from guests, removing valuable items from the property, or manipulating booking records for personal gain. The financial losses can quickly add up and may take months to detect. This is where Fidelity Guarantee Insurance becomes valuable. Fidelity Guarantee Insurance is designed to protect businesses against financial losses resulting from employee fraud, theft, embezzlement, misappropriation of funds, or other dishonest acts committed by employees in the course of their duties. As your Airbnb operation expands and more people become involved in managing the business, the potential exposure increases. Fidelity Guarantee Insurance provides an important layer of protection, helping safeguard your business against losses caused by the very people you trust to help run it. Policy number 9. Public liability insurance. Not everyone who enters your property is a paying guest. You may also receive contractors, delivery personnel, maintenance technicians, neighbors, visitors. Suppose a contractor is injured while working on your premises. or a neighboring property suffers damage resulting from an incident originating at your Airbnb. Public liability insurance helps protect you against these types of claims. Policy number 10. Cyber insurance. Modern Airbnb businesses are heavily dependent on technology. Today, hosts rely on online booking platforms, mobile payments, guest databases, cloud storage, and digital communications. Cyber criminals know this. A successful cyber attack can lead to data breaches, financial losses, privacy claims, business disruption, and reputation damage. Cyber insurance helps businesses respond to and recover from these digital threats. As technology continues evolving, this cover is becoming increasingly important. Policy number 11. Group personal accident insurance. Many Airbnb operators are actively involved in daily operations. Now, imagine the owner suffers a serious accident. Suddenly, they cannot supervise staff, manage bookings, inspect properties, or oversee operations. Group personal accident insurance can provide benefits in cases involving accidental injury, temporary disability, permanent disability, and accidental death. This creates financial stability during difficult times. Policy number 12. Domestic package insurance. Some Airbnb properties operate within residential environments. In such situations, domestic package insurance may still provide useful protection. Depending on the policy, it may cover household contents, personal belongings, domestic employees, and personal liability. However, hosts should always disclose commercial Airbnb activities to their insurer to avoid coverage disputes later. Insurance is only part of the solution. The best Airbnb hosts do not rely on insurance alone. They also invest in risk management. Consider installing smoke detectors, fire extinguishers, CCTV cameras, emergency lighting, and security doors. Regularly inspect electrical systems, gas installations, plumbing systems, furniture, and fittings. Keep accurate guest records, screen bookings carefully, and train staff properly. Insurance works best when combined with proactive risk management. Let's recap the 12 insurance policies every Airbnb host should consider. General liability insurance, property insurance, fire and special perils insurance, business interruption insurance, burglary and theft insurance, money insurance, WIBA and employer's liability insurance, Fidelity guarantee insurance, public liability insurance, cyber insurance, group personal accident insurance, and domestic package insurance. Remember this: a single uninsured incident can destroy years of hard work. Insurance is not simply an expense, it is a business continuity tool. It protects your assets, your income, your reputation, and ultimately your future. If you own an Airbnb, serviced apartment, holiday home, furnished rental, or short-stay property in Kenya and would like professional guidance on structuring your insurance program, feel free to contact us. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This is Insurance World TV. We don't just talk about insurance. We help you understand how insurance protects wealth, businesses, and families. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.